Great, yeah.
Hey, this is Raul for Bass Musician Magazine, and we are here in Portland, Oregon at the historic Star Theater with none less than the supergroup known from hill to dale as the Aristocrats. I have Bryan Beller, Marco Minnemann, and
Guthrie Govan. Govan.
Wow.
Yes, Govan like oven.
It's not phonetic, but you know. So anyway, I did a little homework. You guys came together at 2011 at Bass Bash, among amazing places, and from what I see, it was just kind of historical chemistry from the beginning, and it just clicked. And so from there on, you guys have made 3 studio albums, 3 live albums. You've been touring the world.
2 live albums.
2 live albums. Yeah. Okay, well. Working on the next one.
3. No, he's right. 3.
I thought it was right on Wikipedia, but anyway,
you're doing the whole thing for us.
I'm just.
Tell us more about yourself.
What can I say? But anyway, now you're touring here in we're in the great Northwest of the United States, and you've just released last month Tres Caballeros.
Hey, you're coming with us.
As the Latino here, I am entitled to say it that way. And we could talk a little bit. Tell me a little bit about the tour. You guys, how's it going? Exciting?
It's just starting. This is show number 4.
Okay.
But the cool thing about tonight is it's our very first show ever in Portland. We've done 3 tours. 1 was national, a couple were regional, but Portland was basically the biggest city in the country that we hadn't played yet. So we're very, very grateful to be here. We're going for 8 weeks.
Wow.
Yes, doing the whole country, and show number 4 is first ever time in Portland. So we're excited about that.
Gotcha. And where do you guys call home? Because obviously, where do you guys?
Oh, I'm in Southern California. I'm in like Elsinore, even though I'm from Germany originally. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
I live near London.
Okay.
That's the short answer that I tell Americans.
There
somewhere near London.
And so then you all congregate in LA to record and stuff like that?
Yeah.
This time we did, yeah.
Yeah, this time we did. Well, I lived in Nashville the last time we recorded, so we went to Nashville this time. Now I live back in Los Angeles, so yeah, we're all there, and we went into Sunset Sound, a place where some acts that we all dig had recorded, especially Van Halen. That seems to be the thing that everybody keeps gravitating towards.
Yeah.
There was a special reverb chamber that we put Guthrie's equipment in.
And yours.
Yes.
Gotcha. And one of the interesting things about your group, when I think of 3, I think of a real balance, like a 3-legged stool or something like that. And I always know that with bass and drums, there's there's that tie-in, that connection. But the way you have it balanced out is just amazing, because as it's instrumental music, it tells a story, it gives a message, at least I pick up on it, and you guys write for each other. How does that work? What's the process for you to come up with tunes for each other?
I think it just happens organically because we kind of know each other as musicians and kind of trust that there's some chemistry that's just baked into this particular lineup of people. So it's, I think, relatively easy to imagine what a song would sound like played by this combination of people, and it's kind of inspiring just to imagine your bandmates contributing something to a certain piece of music.
And is it like written, or is there a lot of improvised like magic that kind of goes with it, or how does that work?
More written than a lot of people assume. We've had a few interviews where people say, oh, so you're these instrumental fusion people, you probably just like jam a lot and do lots of soloing and stuff like that. Actually, it's fairly structured, and there is a heavy emphasis on having actual song content, and there are little opportunities to go crazy within that structure.
Yeah, and that happens organically live. The songs, obviously, they'll grow and they'll change over time, but the song structure is still there. There is a structure.
And especially with the intricacies and the complexities of the tunes, it's not your standard pop like a chorus and a melody and a chorus and a melody. As I'm following it, it has an evolution, if you will, and so I figured it had to be written, or else how could you bring it together? I mean,
well, try figuring out where the verses and choruses are in his songs.
Yeah, we have like, I think on Tres Caballeros, we have, well, especially on Stupid 7, right? That song, or Pig's Day Off, those songs are really, really, really structured. There's like nothing left to chance, And so, yeah, it's more like a song structure, you kind of, got that right, or more like a composition, And so we kind of departed there a little bit, you know, from what we did on the first album, where there was a certain content of fusion and we still got to know each other a little bit better, right, you know, and so we wrote for each other, of course, but left a lot of freedom, you know. And so I guess, you know, that's the development of the band. You know, Culture Clash was like, you know, had like a lot of heavy kind of stuff in it, like more aggressive kind of vibe. And Tres Caballeros has, you know, like this more, you know, like each of us actually brought like completely different songs this time. It was like really, really, yeah. How would you describe that? You know, it's kind of interesting because.
Well, I guess we allowed ourselves, first of all, to overdub more, not have it be quite so raw trio like it was in the first two records. But there's also just. I think we kind of pulled back a little bit on the aggression, which is interesting. Not that we're not, you know, still not there out there going for it.
Except for Stupid
like,
7, right?
Except for the first song on the album, which punches you right in the face.
And then,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then we pick the body up off the ground and we soothe him with little towels and things.
Well, and I find that with a lot of CDs, it's if you hit hardest first, that kind of creates the general mood for what's going to follow. And a lot of times, I review a lot of CDs, they lose me because they decided to do some fluffy thing at the beginning. I'm kind of like, oh, come on, you're killing me here. How can I listen to the rest of this if this is your best? And it's
you know, it's like Led Zeppelin 3, right?
There you go. You know what,
song.
I was
Bang.
just about to say that we had a discussion yesterday, actually, over a beer, you know, and I said, you know, all the albums that influenced me heavily, or when I was a kid, that I listened to, you know, the last thing I wanted to do is like, you know, put the needle on and then go like, okay, is there anything? Let me check the stereo. Oh, there's a keyboard swell coming slowly in. 2 minutes, 59 seconds later, oh, now is the guitar. You know, and so when I put on, you know, Houses of the Holy, song remains the same. Ging, 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 boom, sting, ging, 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 bum. I was like, fuck yeah. You know, same with We Will Rock You, right? Starts right away. The information is there in your face.
Absolutely.
So opener for the CD should be, in my opinion, I like that. You know, it's like
fabulous.
And the funny thing is that this is the third CD in a row that Marco's song has. So if you want to be punched in the face by Marco in the first 10 seconds, get an Aristocrats CD.
Yes, with a drumstick.
Yes.
Pick up Wishy Wet here if you want the other thing. Which is great, by the way. Which is great, you know. No.
Sure, yeah. Try to fix it now. That said, I know you've got the whole rest of the tour in front of you, and what do you guys have looking towards the future? What are we expecting to come next, or is it too soon to say?
Well, for us, we know what is going on because we're doing the Joe Satriani tour. His album is coming out that we recorded earlier this year, and that tour is going to happen starting in Europe, but eventually it'll come to the States in the fall. So that's directly up for us, but that's not the only thing that everybody has going on. He's always got a million projects going on.
Sneakily kind of slide in that my new album Celebration is available on the market. So there you go. And well, we also recorded, Guthrie and I, with Stephen Wilson, the Hand Cannot Erase album. That was that
was
came
this
out
year.
earlier.
This year. It's
So
only March.
yeah, that one, the Joe Satriani one, solo album, Tres Caballeros, and
Guthrie, secret Guthrie projects.
Yeah, they're secret.
So there are secret Guthrie projects.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly appreciate you guys taking time. I know it's crazy, the loading in and the traffic and all the stuff that you guys go through, and taking a little time.
First ever time in Portland. We're up for it.
Excellent. And especially I know that I've talked to Bryan like, I don't know, a dozen times, and it's always out of the context. It's just basis to basis. And so having the opportunity to talk to the rest of the group, which, I mean, no musician stands alone. We're not an island in our own. And so I thought this would be fabulous if we can get the rest of the story. So,
well, we appreciate you having us very much.
Thank you so much. You've seen it here on Bass Musician Magazine, live from Portland, Oregon. The Aristocrats pick up their album Tres Caballeros and get punched in the face with the first track, and keep an eye on their tour dates. We'll see if we can link that in maybe.
Yeah, the-aristocrats-band.com, and you can catch us on Facebook at it's facebook.com/aristocratsband.
Fabulous. You saw it here.